Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to explore a question many of us have asked at some point. Why do others find love and I don't? The title of our talk is, Why do others find love and I don't? We'll look into some common reasons and insights that might help shed light on this. So let's dive in and see what we can discover together. Let's talk about what I like to call the universal question of heartbreak. You know, when a breakup hits us hard, it's not just about losing someone we care about. It often leads us to ask a really painful question. Why does everyone else seem to find love so easily, while I feel left behind? This question cuts deep because it touches on more than just relationships. It's about our self-worth, our sense of belonging, and that universal fear of being unloved. Recently, I came across a video titled, Why do others find love and I don't? And what struck me is how honestly it explores these feelings. It offers us raw, real insights into why we struggle after heartbreak, and more importantly, how we can start to move forward. So, as we go through today's presentation, keep in mind that this question is something many of us grapple with. And understanding it is a crucial step in healing and finding love again. When we experience a breakup, it can feel like someone has ripped our heart out and stomped on it. And you might wonder, is it just poetic exaggeration? Well, it's actually rooted in neuroscience. Emotional pain activates the same areas of our brain as physical pain does. That's why heartbreak can feel like being stabbed in the chest, not just a feeling of sadness. The intensity of this pain often depends on how long the relationship lasted or how deeply you felt betrayed. The longer and more profound the connection, the more intense the pain can be. Now, moving on to the next key point, hope. One of the biggest hurdles in healing from a breakup is false hope. Many people, especially those who didn't initiate the breakup, secretly cling to the idea that reconciliation might still happen. But here's the thing, if your mind keeps holding on to that hope, it prevents you from truly moving forward. Acceptance is crucial. Recognizing and accepting that the relationship is over is the essential turning point that allows healing to begin. It's a necessary step to start feeling better and to rebuild your life. You know, there's a common myth we've all heard, this idea of the one. The belief that somewhere out there, there's a soulmate who will complete us. But the truth is, when you look at it from both a statistical and psychological perspective, that simply isn't accurate. With billions of people on the planet, there are countless potential partners who could be compatible with us. So, the idea that there's only one perfect match is more of a myth than a reality. This belief can actually lead us to settle too quickly, often choosing the first person who shows interest, just because we think they might be the one. Or, it can make us stay stuck in grief when a relationship ends, feeling like we've lost our only chance at happiness. What I really want to emphasize is that real love isn't something you just find. It's something you build. It takes effort, understanding, and time. Love is a process of growth and connection, not a chance encounter with the perfect person. So let's shift our mindset from searching for the one to creating meaningful, lasting relationships through effort and intention. Let's talk about self-worth after heartbreak. The video highlights a really powerful shift in perspective, one that can make all the difference. You see, you were the diamond in that situation. It wasn't that you weren't good enough. Rather, the other person simply failed to recognize your true value. This is a crucial point because it helps us reframe the breakup. Instead of seeing it as a failure on our part, we realize it's their loss for not seeing what was right in front of them. And this idea connects deeply to our overall theme of self-worth and resilience. Remember, no matter how many imitators might come into your life, no one can replace your unique qualities. Your value is unrepeatable, and understanding this can empower you to move forward with confidence and self-love. Let's take a closer look at how gender differences can influence the recovery process after a breakup. Interestingly, research indicates that men and women often process these emotional events quite differently. For men, there's sometimes a tendency to initially suppress their pain. They might do this by seeking casual encounters or distractions, which can be a way to preserve their ego and self-esteem during a tough time. Women, on the other hand, tend to feel the emotional weight more deeply. However, they often process these feelings in healthier ways, such as turning to social support or engaging in reflection. What's important to remember here is that both approaches come with their own challenges, but they also highlight a common theme: the danger of taking a breakup personally. Remember, a failed relationship doesn't mean you're unworthy. It simply means it wasn't the right fit for both of you. Understanding these differences helps us see that recovery is a personal journey, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Let's talk about the importance of having a support network during your healing process. One of the most practical and effective steps you can take is reconnecting with friends and family. Often, people tend to make their partner the center of their world, which can lead to neglecting other important relationships. After a breakup, this imbalance becomes painfully obvious, and it can make the healing process even harder. Reestablishing social bonds does more than just keep you busy. It helps you rebuild a sense of identity and belonging outside of the relationship. It's about creating a support system that can provide emotional comfort, perspective, and stability as you move forward. Remember, healing isn't just about time passing, but about reconnecting with those who truly care about you and helping you find your footing again. Breakups are often seen as failures, but in reality, they can be powerful opportunities for growth. The hardest truth to accept is that pain is unavoidable. For example, ending a one-year relationship might hurt less than ending a decade-long one, but the principle remains the same. The more we've invested, the deeper the wound can be. However, it's important to understand that this pain can serve as a catalyst for transformation. Instead of viewing a breakup as a failure, try to see it as valuable feedback. Ask yourself, were you too jealous, too dependent, or too closed off? Did you neglect your personal growth while in the relationship? These aren't failures, they're lessons. By working on areas like confidence, finances, or emotional maturity, you're setting the stage for healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future. Remember, every ending is also a beginning, and what we learn along the way shapes the love we're capable of giving and receiving next time. The silver lining, a new chapter. So here's an important perspective. The end of a relationship isn't the end of your life. In fact, it can be the start of something new and even better. Heartbreak often feels devastating, but it can also be a form of liberation. It's an opportunity to rebuild yourself, to grow, and to become someone even stronger. This is your chance to improve your character and prepare for a future partner who truly matches your growth and your values. The key message I want to emphasize is this: instead of asking, why do others find love and I do? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow so that when love finds me again, I am truly ready to receive it? Because ultimately, it's about turning pain into growth and viewing this as a stepping stone toward a better, more fulfilled version of yourself. And that's how you embrace this new chapter, not as an ending, but as an exciting beginning. So as we come to the final slide, I want to emphasize a powerful idea. The healthiest love begins with yourself. It's easy to get caught up in comparing our timelines or competing with others, but ultimately, true fulfillment comes from within. The key point here is that becoming whole on your own, feeling complete and confident in who you are, is what lays the foundation for genuine love. When you nurture self-love and self-acceptance, you create a strong, stable base for all your relationships. Remember, the most resilient and authentic love you'll ever experience starts from that inner place of self-understanding. So, focus on your growth, your healing, and your happiness first. That's where the real magic begins.